Organic molecules are the molecules used to make life, and they all have the element carbon in them. And we have monomers. Those are like bricks, and they can be put together to make like a brick wall, which would be a polymer. And those are done by bonding them together. These are our four organic molecule types. So remember, carbs are sugars. They're made of monosaccharides, that's the monomer. They provide short term energy, so sugar short term, and they make cell walls. So that's like the walls of a plant. Lipids are fats, oils, and waxes. They're made using fatty acids. They provide long term energy, so lipid long term, and they make cell membranes. Proteins are long chains of amino acids. They fold up to make tools, and they make enzymes. That's their most important thing. They make enzymes. And then nucleic acids are made of nucleotides, and they help store information. When we look at the pictures, a single ring, that'd be like a monosaccharide, whereas when you put a bunch of those together, that would be a polysaccharide. Lipids, this is a lipid bilayer, so these are phospholipids. Proteins are long chains of amino acids. And then a nucleic acid, the nucleotide is made with a sugar, a phosphate, and a base. And remember, those bases are the A's, T's, C's, G's. Carbs have easy to break bonds. That's why they're good for short term energy. And those long, complex chains can help make things like cell walls. Lipids, they don't mix with water, which is good for membranes. And lots of bonds can store lots of long term energy. Proteins, they can fold into the shapes, and that's what allows them to work like a tool. And then nucleic acids, those bases, the A's, T's, C's, and G's, make the code for proteins. Carbs very often end in ose, so things like glucose and cellulose, but also things like starch. Cellulose and starch are both polysaccharides, and cellulose helps make the cell wall. Lipids, the main one you got to remember are phospholipids, and those go together to make a cell membrane. Proteins, enzymes very often end in ase, so things like lactase. And then remember that ribosomes are made of proteins and also make proteins. Nucleic acids, DNA and RNA, are the two ones to definitely remember. But then ATP is also a nucleotide with just the two extra phosphates. And then remember, carbs, pretty much if it's a plant material and it's not an oil, it's a carbohydrate. So foods like bread, sugary things, or also wood. That's the cell wall. Those are all carbs. Things like butter, chapstick, that's kind of a wax, and olive oil are all lipids. For proteins, as an analogy, think of tools and specifically a wrench because it's got that shape that allows it to get stuff done. And nucleic acids, think about a cookbook. So a cookbook has recipes for food, those are instructions, whereas nucleic acids have the instructions to build proteins.